Hi, this is Brandon from Watches on You. Today we're taking a look at the Omega Seamaster 300, the version that is part of the Trilogy collection, and we are at Continental Diamond in St. Louis Park, Minnesota, taking a look at this watch. So now let's jump right into this piece. So the Omega Seamaster 300 has been part of Omega's collection for a very long time, since 1957 actually, and there's actually a modern version that's very similar to this kind of heritage edition, but there are a few key differences. This watch has a 39mm diameter, whereas the modern version has a 41mm diameter. That's probably one of the largest differences. Another huge difference is the bezel, where you have both polished steel and a black part around the bezel. Also, this is not a ceramic bezel, whereas on the Seamaster 300 it is ceramic. And also, this is a bidirectional bezel on the heritage version here. And that is a actually pretty useful feature. To be honest, a unidirectional bezel is pretty much only important for diving, but I don't really think you're going to be diving with this watch, considering many of the surfaces on it are actually polished. And also, this is a fairly significant piece. I mean, it's a limited edition of only around 3,300 pieces, and that is quite a few fewer pieces than Omega often has in their limited edition collections. I mean, this is probably my favorite limited edition piece Omega has produced. Many of them are a little bit they're kind of slight variations on a model. This is kind of a major change where you have the aged patina, the different bezel, and the overall construction looks quite a bit different than the original or than the other modern Seamaster 300. So, kind of getting into this piece, it's got, the movement on this watch is a caliber 8806 movement, and it has a 55-hour power reserve. It's a coaxial movement, very similar to the modern version, and it's very similar to all the movements in most of Omega's modern watches. It does not have a date, which I quite like, because it sort of, again, plays into the heritage. Many watches back when this was made in 1957 did not have dates. So I think that adds a whole degree of symmetry to the dial that I really like. And one thing I don't like that much is the patina loom. I don't tend to like that at all. I think it's a little bit exaggerated on this because it looks like it's really patinaed. But it is still functional loom, so you probably could use this for diving. Again, I doubt anyone will, just because it's a very limited edition watch. But if you wanted to, you definitely could. So now moving on to a wrist shot of this piece. So actually, before I do that, I want to mention the clasp on it. So the clasp is very similar to the Planet Ocean clasp, although it has a vintage Omega logo, which looks very cool. The construction is absolutely fantastic. Omega's clasps are probably equally as well made as Rolex, in my opinion, and that is very high praise. They're absolutely excellent. It does have a micro adjust, which is very useful. So now I'll put the watch on. So the 39mm case size looks very nice. My wrist is about 6.5 inches in circumference, so I think that this watch would look very good on most sizes of wrists. It's a very classic design, and I could see a lot of people wearing it with maybe a leather strap or a NATO, and it would be very comfortable with those straps. So if you like this video, please remember to subscribe and share. And also remember, I'll be leaving a link in the description if you want to learn more about this watch. Thank you.